you are at the right place if you have eczema or somebody that you love have eczema. What is eczema? Eczema is an atopic dermatitis. It's caused by a combination of immune system activation, genetics, environmental triggers, and stress. If you have eczema, your immune system overreacts to small irritants or allergens. This overreaction can inflame your skin. While most doctors will simply send you home with a steroid eczema cream or ointment, these often only provide temporary relief. Today, I will give you a complete guide to eczema, the root causes of eczema, and my top tips to help you understand how to cure eczema permanently by making changes from within. I am happy that you are here today hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this tutorial today, consider subscribing and click the notification bell so you won't miss any of my educational videos. The skin is the largest organ in the body with a total area of about 20 square feet. It protects us from microbes and other toxins, helps regulate body temperature, and is the principal site of interaction with the outside world. Make it imperative to keep the skin at its optimal functioning to the overall health. Some of the common symptoms of eczema, you might have one or several of them. So one is small raised bumps on the skin, thick, dry, scaly skin that cracks, sensitive skin that is inflamed, a persistent itchy rash, oozing blisters, and sometimes with time that area becomes very leathery in patches. So some of the takeaway, if you have or if you live with eczema, it is important to avoid anything that may irritate or dry your skin and that causes flare-ups, including some of the things that you need to eliminate are perfumes or soaps that has a nice scent, it smells good, body washes, soaps with colors or dyes, wool clothing because it's very itchy, tight clothing or synthetic fabrics, pollen, animal dander, perfumed detergent. Even though it's nice to have nice smelling things for your skin, especially if you have eczema, it's not the right thing. Food allergies are also a common cause of eczema. Believe me, my children had many sensitivity and they had eczema. That is why this subject is so dear to my heart. Your symptoms might improve by eliminating common foods linked to eczema, like milk, especially cow's milk, eggs, wheat, gluten, peanuts, some nuts, soy products. And I noticed when I used to feed like red meat to my children, they would flare up. So I think red meat should be part of that list. I'm going to talk about a lot of things that you can do naturally, but if you have severe eczema, you may require to temporarily use a prescription topical ointment or steroid or antihistamine to bring down the itchiness. Work with your doctor to create a treatment plan that is best for you. As you get to know more about your situation, then you might want to decrease it slowly, because that is only a temporary relief. So what foods should we eat? Because remember, everything stems from the gut. So first food that I would say is fatty fish. You may be able to reduce your symptoms by eating fatty fish, such as salmon, herrings, anything that is very rich. Fish oil contains high level of omega-3s, fatty acids, which are anti-inflammatory. So you may also want to intake some omega-3 supplements. Foods containing quercetin. Quercetin is a plant-based flavonoid. It helps, what it does, it gives the colors to the fruit and flowers and vegetables, very rich color. It's also a powerful antioxidant and antihistamine. So all the fruit that are very bright and deep in color, this means it can reduce the inflammation as well as the levels of histamine in your body. So because your histamine are high, that's when you want to take in these antihistamine foods, which are apples, blueberries, cherries, broccoli, spinach, kale, and many more, but these are my tops. Flavonoids, which I just mentioned a second ago, flavonoids have been found to help improve the overall health of a person's skin and fight problems such as inflammation, which is associated with eczema. Intake probiotics, such as yogurt, contains live cultures that help support a strong immune system. This may help reduce flare-ups or allergic reaction. It also keeps your gut nice and healthy. Probiotic rich foods include sourdough bread, miso soup, naturally fermented pickles, soft cheeses such as Gouda, unpasteurized sauerkraut, kefir, tempeh, just to name a few. Also take a good quality probiotic supplement. Intake NRF2 activators. It will reduce the oxidative stress in the body caused by free radical damage. All that information is down below. Are there any foods that you should limit or avoid? Absolutely yes. Food containing preservatives, artificial ingredients may also exacerbate or brings up these symptoms. This includes foods such as trans fats, margarine, processed foods, fast foods, canned food, already made food, all that stuff. Foods high in sugar may also trigger eczema flare-ups. I remember that because when my children used to go to my mother-in-law, I would say to her, please, no sugar, please, no candy, please, no ice cream, and all that. And kids would come home and they go like, Mom, and so I know that foods with sugar, it will trigger eczema. Items typically high in sugar, and I know that you know, but let me list them, some of them. Cakes, cupcakes, some coffee drinks, all the sodas, some smoothies, fast food items, burgers, french fries. Okay, so we need to limit, or if you can eliminate them, that would be awesome. The frequent overuse of medication, including antibiotics, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as Motrin, and protein pump inhibitors are impacting the natural ecology or the microbiome of the body. And I mentioned that a lot throughout my tutorials. This is important. The lining of your intestines has tight connections that should be closely linked without any gaps. Unfortunately, anti-inflammatory drugs and antibiotics cause gaps to form between these tight junctions of the lining of the intestine. And I will show you some pictures. A condition that is otherwise known as leaky gut syndrome. Fragments of protein and bacteria reach the sensitive immune centers in the gut, triggering the immune system to produce antibodies to mount a reaction against these foods. There seems to be an association between leaky gut and eczema, along with food allergies, food sensitivity, and other autoimmune diseases. A healthy gastrointestinal tract provides a barrier that prevents toxins or pathogens in the digestive tract from passing into the bloodstream. The best way to prevent leaky gut syndrome or to heal a leaky gut is through a good nutrition and attention to your gut health. Is the increased exposure to environmental toxins. There are toxins in the air, water, soil, certain food, body products, especially the perfume stuff, cosmetics, home furnishing, and even clothing. So there's so many things that attack your body. So this overexposure can directly dampen the immune system function, especially your immune system cells and the development of how they function. Kids have higher metabolic rates and their bodies absorb more toxins than adults and have difficulty disposing of these toxins. Children are exposed to these chemicals more than ever. A lot of times asthma and eczema go hand in hand. So especially for children, little ones, like we find that a lot of children under 2 have eczema. So you really need to pay close attention what you feed your children and what you surround them with, that you have the most natural environment for your children as possible. So determine the food allergy. Food allergy can be a trigger for eczema. We already know that, especially if you notice that there is like a worsening after the baby or you are exposed to that food. Optimize your gut health to treat eczema and reverse your leaky gut. The microbiome is so important. It's a collection of trillion of microorganisms that lives in your gut. The health of the microbiome and the integrity of the gut lining has a major impact on your immune system development. So some of the things that you can do, for example, apply natural topical eczema treatments to the skin. Topical herbal ointments can moisturize and even heal the eczema naturally. And of course, it's slower than using a cortisone, but a cortisone is temporary. When you're using a natural salve or ointment, you're healing the skin. So we're working internally and externally. So an ointment containing comfrey, plantain, calendula are good for babies. Apply them as many times as you want, 3 or 4 times a day. When you start feeling the itchiness or you notice your child starting to scratch, that's what you want to use. Another thing that you can use, but this needs to be an adult, you can also consider using a 2% licorice gel to apply topically on the eczemas. Studies have shown that those who suffer from eczema were likely to have low level of vitamin D. So intake it and also some exposure in the sun. Now, I know that one of the things that we do, we try to slather our children with sunscreens and on and on. That will give you also deficiency of vitamin D. So if you put your child in the sun for 5 minutes, that is good. If you have this barrier around them, he or she cannot produce the natural vitamin D from the sun. Some foods rich in vitamin D are like eggs, salmon, sardines, are high quality of vitamin D. Also, you might want to take some supplements that will boost your intake. And now for children, there's those little drops that you can give them, and try to get the best vitamin D you can. Now, another thing that I like is apple cider vinegar. It may reduce symptoms by restoring the skin's acidity level. Also, some people reported that adding apple cider vinegar in their baths reduces dryness. However, apple cider vinegar can also cause chemical burns if it's misapplied. So the way you want to do it is to get 2 cups of apple cider vinegar with a mother, so the organic one, and you put it in your tub, and you just soak for about 15 minutes. When you come out, you just rinse your body with cool water. Another active ingredient that helps is turmeric. Turmeric is really good for a lot of things, and you will see positive effects on your skin. So get a small amount of Greek yogurt, and it could be, let's say, a tablespoon, and then you mix it with a teaspoon of honey and a quarter of a teaspoon of turmeric. Mix it all together in a nice paste, and then apply onto your skin. Leave it on for about 15 minutes. You will see like an amazing feeling and moisture coming to your skin. Evening primrose, you can take it internally. That will help you with inflammatory condition, internal. However, you can also apply externally the evening primrose, and it is a plant, and you can apply it topically, and it will soothe the irritated skin. Coconut oil is an extract from the coconut meat, the white part. It may be used as a natural moisturizer. The antibacterial ability of coconut oil can result and reduce the staph bacteria on the skin, which helps prevent infection. This is important for people with eczema because patches of inflamed skin may crack and ooze, allowing the bacteria to enter. Relaxation techniques. Stress is a common trigger for eczema. Although it's unclear exactly why, it's believed that stress plays a role in developing inflammation. Learning to cope with stressful situations using relaxation technique may help reduce eczema flare-ups. Relaxation techniques that may help include meditation, prayer, deep breathing, visualization, music therapy, tai chi, yoga. You can choose one or several of these to teach you how to bring the stressful situation down, and you get to know yourself and what is triggering you and how to control that situation. I hope that you found this video to be useful and walk away with simple and easy tips. Remember to treat yourself with utmost respect. Remember to share this information with your loved ones. Until the next time, take care.